I think live theater is the only place where you can see like a psyche on fire in front of you, and a psyche that's on fire in front of you not because that fire is going to like harm you, but because that fire might warm you or shape you, like change your own like molecular structure in like a tiny like but significant way. One of the things I was always intentional about as I started thinking about becoming a writer was like, what is the dramaturgy of like a digital native? Like, how does like someone who grew up with the internet like dramatize their experience? And one of the things I thought about was that like I'm one of the only generations where like I received information like from 5 different sources at the same time consistently. I was like typing up like my like diary on Zanga. I was like listening to music that I had like downloaded from LimeWire as like, you know, I was closing out a private window that had like a porn video that I didn't want my mom to know I had seen, while I was like also like looking at like a Tumblr spread of like pieces from like the Louis Vuitton 2004 show. You know, like that these were all like the ways in which we interacted with the world like early on, because like there was no barriers to knowledge that like stopped. You didn't have to like pick up one magazine in order to know about one thing. You could like be looking at a magazine of a screen in front of you like that had like every single stimulus and every single thing hitting you at the same time. So I was like, shouldn't all of our plays like start to feel like that after a while? And that was like my major impulse as a writer early on, and it was like a natural impulse for me because like that's genuinely how I see the world. And I wanted to place like a psyche that felt like my own, like right in the middle of a narrative, and like watch how that narrative like was shaped by like their psyche. Like psychological thrillers and psychological melodramas are like some of my favorite genres of film, like Douglas Sirk and Roman Polanski, and you know, even like Oscar Micheaux like made these like enormously like complicated worlds, and worlds that like that can turn on a dime and like turn based on necessities of the psyche that's like centered inside of the middle, the psyche that's suffering in the center of the story. And I wanted to like take a psyche that looked like mine and like see what the world looks like from his point of view. And who better to like look at, whose eyes are better to look through than like the eyes of an artist, because the eyes of an artist see with such depth and like surreality in like this really lovely way.